Alright, come on in, hit the like button, think about subscribing if you're already. You're new here, welcome to the channel, but most importantly, welcome to the Viking family. So this is my personal opinion / review for the 2016 action thriller film called The Accountant, starring Ben Affleck. Here's the plot. Using a small town CPA office as a cover, Kristen Wolf, an autistic accountant, he makes his living as a freelance accountant for dangerous criminal organizations. With a treasury agent hot on his heels, Kristen takes on a state-of-the-art robotics company as a legitimate client. As Wolf gets closer to the truth that involves millions of dollars, the body count starts to rise. That was a mouthful, and yeah, so here's the cast, or some of it. So going into this, I tried to know little information as possible. Didn't fully work out as planned, but still didn't know what exactly where it was headed with the plot. I honestly can't recall this good of a portrayal of someone that is autistic by an actor that wasn't really autistic, doesn't have it, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, I'm not really one of those people that are like, oh, you have to be autistic or whatever else to be. No. I mean, longs are really good, and Ben Affleck was chef kiss with this. I honestly was blown away about how good of a job Ben Affleck did with so much detail all the way to the little subtle ticks. And a lot of other stuff, like how we kind of deal with stuff, and I forgot the scientific word for it, but it's when we're overstimulated and stuff, it's just you probably see my videos where I get a little bit, like I am now, kind of stuttering and kind of off topic and stuff. So, stuff like that. They really went all out with that. More of him, and I believe he did a whole bunch of research and stuff with this. And so I'm not normally a Ben Affleck's fan. Personally, his brother's worse, to be honest, but Ben Affleck normally does a good job of what I've seen him in, other than the Daredevil, even though I liked the film at the time. His character was also very brutal and smart, ironically reminded me somewhat of the Punisher at times. I say ironically because John Bresral is in this as well. He also did a fantastic job along with the rest of the cast. Other than being so invested into Ben's character by a lot, the story itself was really well done. The slow lead up with giving only a little here and there was one of those things that kept me interested. The only thing about this film I didn't really like is how they tried a little bit, but they didn't go with it farther with it, was they tried to make Ben's character and Anna Kendricks, I think her name is, character a love interest. That it's just like, I don't want to really get into it, but it's just like it just felt off. And also, I'm not really technically a Anna Kendricks fan, to be honest. So, but also it would have been really weird if they went that far with it. But here's my rating. I am very curious to know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know down below. But my personal opinion is this was such a good film. I can't believe I never saw this until now. I can't wait for the sequel to whenever it was released digitally. I don't know if it's in theaters now. I don't know if it's been in theaters and it's coming digitally by the end of the month, because that's what they do now apparently. But I'm actually very, very excited to see what they do with it after watching this really good film. And it's just like they also, I don't want to give too much away, but they definitely do, when it comes to the autism, they had a focus on it throughout, and the goods and the bads, but the messaging through it, for the most part, was good. If I had to critique some actual facts, I think calling it trauma-based or something like that was a little stupid. Okay. It's just like, I'm not going to get into it, but I think they did a very respectful job for the most part with touching on the subject, and it was kind of a new, fresh thing. I don't know of any other action film kind of that was in this category that what they did with autism, good, or any at all. I know they have done comedies and stuff with autism and Down syndrome and all that stuff, but I think they really, really did a fantastic, respectful job with this. Compared to that Predators movie, where, yeah, their logic behind it was so freaking far out there. At one point, it was just like, wow, disrespectful and more stupid, if anything. But anyways, that's obviously not my only problem with that film. But yeah. So anyways, as I remember, I love you all. Please stay safe. Spread the love most importantly. Let's go.